What a day, everybody. Brock Lesnar is finally back! So with big fat smiles on our faces, freshly squeezed glasses of milk, and hard schmeckles in our hands, we welcome Brock Lesnar back to SmackDown. Normally I have just a glass of water, but this is a special occasion, everybody. Brock is back on SmackDown. Brock talks, Brock jokes around, Brock influences, Brock Lesnar entertains. I was wondering, why do I like Brock Lesnar that much? And it finally hit me. I think it's all about the relatability. When I look at Brock Lesnar, I see a lot of myself. And obviously that's mainly just, looks. So I guess ever since I saw Brock Lesnar, I was like, that's it. That's the guy I can relate to. I think it's fair to say Brock Lesnar is my celebrity lookalike. Now welcome back to the channel, everyone. How are you guys doing today? You know what to do to grow these schmeckles to the moon. Make sure to click that like button, bells, subscribe, notifications, all of that nonsense. And also a freshly squeezed Brock Lesnar's milk, preferably warm, always helps. They say it grows your bones. I have another theory. I really enjoy this new version of Brock Lesnar. This is a Brock Lesnar we never seen before. Maybe we saw a glimpse here and there, but that was a long ass time ago. And I guess I was right. People told me I'm crazy when I said that Brock Lesnar doesn't need Paul Heyman all the time. He needs to talk that way, making all of these rivalries and his personality, everything, a bit more real and personal. So now you're seeing Brock Lesnar talking and everyone loves the dude. Like before, Brock Lesnar kinda reminded me of Patrick the Star. He was just a beast who barely talks. I'm gonna smash you! Ah! Booga, booga, booga. Something like that, and now you're seeing that Brock Lesnar actually is, and I know that because I know him personally, quite an intelligent man. Also quite sexy if I say so myself. So I guess it's one of these rare cases where I was right. So I'm gonna pat myself on the back and celebrate. Now this episode of SmackDown kicked off with the man himself, Brock Lesnar, with crazy swag. People are chanting Suplex City and Brock Lesnar appreciates it. I know some of you might have a rough day, but look at this. Look, do you really feel that bad right now? You must feel better. Aww. I came back for one reason and one reason only, and that's the Universal Championship. He was about to explain how he got unsuspended, but he got interrupted by Sami Zayn. And this segment, oh boy. You need to find it on YouTube, trust me. Sami Zayn says, I feel like our careers are so alike. He says, I respect you and all that. Brock says, shut up. I'm confused. Who the hell you are? Are you a fan? Sami Zayn tries to explain himself and he's like, shut up. Brock talking is priceless. Brock talking is entertainment. Imagine Brock Lesnar singing you a lullaby before you go to sleep. I mean, that would be so cool. You got a lot of balls to interrupt me. Sami Zayn explains that he's going to face Roman Reigns at day 1, and it finally hits Brock. It's time to seduce. He keeps saying the management is playing you. Why would you wait for a title shot? Do it tonight. He hypes up Sami, and Sami doesn't feel the same way. I get it, Brock, I understand, but I'm not ready, my back kinda hurts. Shut up. And my man Brock was playing cool, he tried to act like Sami's friend. Shut up, kid. So Brock keeps telling Sami Zayn how it's a great idea to do it tonight. Why would you wait? And Sami, because he's obviously scared of Brock Lesnar, agrees. That or he just couldn't say no to Brock's voice. Then we see backstage Sami Zayn telling Sonya Deville that, I kinda made some promises, but I don't really wanna... And we see Brock Lesnar. Brock says, so did you talk to the management? And he says, yeah, of course, yeah. I would, but you see, Adam is not here, so maybe it's not possible. Well, Sonya Deville says, I can make matches too. So we are going to see Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship tonight. And Brock says, oh, and the winner faces me at day 1, right? Of course. You may say, why would Brock Lesnar get a championship opportunity? The answer is, he's Brock Lesnar. That's all you really need. Oh man, obviously because of what happened later on the show, maybe it's not that possible right now. And maybe Brock Lesnar doesn't need anyone to be his manager, but I would love to see Sami Zayn with Brock Lesnar more. You know, Sami Zayn just advocating for Brock Lesnar, hyping him up because he's scared. That's the whole reason. Oh, and also during the opening segment, Brock Lesnar said that I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna be watching the match, so the chances of Sami winning are quite high. Or so he thought. Sasha versus Shayna Baszler happened on the show, which was quite a decent match. A couple of years ago that would seem like a WrestleMania-worthy match. Unfortunately, that's not the case anymore. The match was fine, and Sasha Banks took the W. Sonya will talk to Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce is not on SmackDown. That may lead you to believe that he's scared of Brock Lesnar. I don't think so. Brock is a nice guy, first of all, and second of all, Adam's balls are just gigantic. The cojones keep on growing, so I don't believe for a second that he's scared. Drew McIntyre wants to know why he wasn't in the Battle Royal last week, and Sonya Deville says Adam made the list. And Drew McIntyre makes a couple of threats. With a sword. That's not PG. We see another episode of Happy Talk. They made fun of Jeff Hardy, made fun of Drew McIntyre, until Drew had enough. He points with a sword to Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin turns around. We see Jeff Hardy with a twist of fate. Then we saw a brawl between the four. And somehow this turned sexual. Man, Brock being back made everyone act different. We saw the Viking Raiders versus Lotharios. Kinda felt like watching Monday Night Raw. I need to get used to the draft. We saw Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura trying to distract Garza and Carrillo, but they distracted the Viking Raiders instead, and Garza with Carrillo won the match. These two seemed like they were a bit angry at Nakamura and Boogs, but then just went with it. Okay, SmackDown is good, but I never said it's perfect. The Usos hyped up Roman Reigns. Then we saw Xavier Woods, and he welcomed Kofi Kingston back. So we saw King Woods versus Jay. The match ended in no contest or disqualification because the teams started brawling. And later on the show, we found out that they knew they want to become the SmackDown Tag Team Champions again. So we are going to see this rivalry again for the 965th time. I don't hate it. Obviously, these two teams are going to have amazing matches. It always been that case. I just kind of feel like, it's kind of time for something new, something fresh. Charlotte brags about embarrassing Toni Storm last week and says that the answer to the challenge is a no. Oh, and yeah, that's what WWE tweeted. That was a real tweet? I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with it. But then we saw Toni with the pie. Oh. Why? What is happening? This is a SmackDown Women's Championship rivalry. Why is it so freaking goofy? Pies? Really? Then we saw Sheamus versus Cesaro, former teammates, so that was pretty cool. And during the match, Cesaro says, "You were like a brother to me." But now, Sheamus found a new lover, so he doesn't care. The finish of the match was pretty cool. We saw, a reversal, bro kick, and Sheamus takes the W. This is such a nothing rivalry. Like, who honestly gives a shit? Come on. Then we saw Sami Zayn, and he honestly believes he could be the new WWE champion. He says, "None of you supported me or believed in me, so the only man I'll thank is Brock Lesnar." We see Brock Lesnar in the ring. And Sami Zayn made a big mistake by saying that, your record with Roman Reigns is not the best. You lost a couple of times. No, wait. I know you can beat him, and of course, Brock Lesnar absolutely destroyed Sami Zayn, so yeah, the chances are not on Sami's side. We see Roman Reigns, the match begins, spear, and Sami taps out. Roman Reigns is still your Universal Champion in the most shocking moment of the year. I was betting on Sami Zayn, I lost money. I lost a lot of money. I actually believed in Sami. It's actually better than I thought it would be. Obviously, Sami Zayn losing to Roman Reigns is not a big deal. That's his gimmick. He's all talk, but when it comes to the ring, he's Sami. He's entertaining, and it's one of these scenarios where him losing doesn't really mean anything, in my opinion. Most of the time. Obviously, there are limits, but he was beaten by Brock Lesnar, so it all makes sense. And you may believe that it does make sense to have a Battle Royal, But I believe that was just for entertainment for this segment. I mean, let's be honest, that was really good. Obviously, I hate how WWE is operating right now with all the releases. It seems like, you know, they don't really care about the product anymore. All it is just money. I hate that. But in general, I would like to say that SmackDown and Raw are kind of getting more entertaining. And I'm not trying to say they're booking someone better or they're actually planning the future. That's not the case at all. In my opinion, it didn't improve one bit. The thing is though, weekly shows do have more entertaining moments, and at least there's that. I like that. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. Make sure to check out Greatness TV. Video is coming soon. Subscribe, notifications, bells, you know, shake that little ding dong to get my videos on your feed. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.